So I wanted to talk about Third and Brown, which was a big empty building that was a rehearsal hall. And I worked for a band called the Idle Rich, and they ran that hall. And there was other big bands that were rehearsing there. There was another band called Modern Cities. They were doing pretty good, and some other big bands. But they also had this huge big room in the front, and this was all raw space. And they used to have concerts there. They were totally illegal, not sanctioned or insured or anything. So I remember one night, the Idle Witch had this concert going on, and it was the Dead Milkmen and the Minutemen, and I think it was Reverend Horton Heat. I think this guy had like this big pompadour, and it was just total chaos. The place was just filled. People were body surfing and screaming and yelling and jumping up and down. It was just total punk rock scene. And at that time, I had bought a Sony video camera, an 8 millimeter camera, and it was tiny compared to the video cameras that most people had that had the big VHS tape in there. So my friend Harry Miller, who was the guitar player in the Idle Rich, he was always interested in shooting video. So I told him, "Hey, if you want, take the camera and have at it. Do whatever you want." So he got up on somehow he weaseled his way in, and he got up on stage, and he videotaped the whole concert from the band's point of view, which was incredible. And when I was watching him, I said, "Oh, I'm going to get some great footage out of this. It'll be interesting." And when the concert was over with, they I think it was the bass player from the Minutemen asked for me to come backstage. So I went backstage and met with him, and he said, "Is that your camera?" And I said, "Yeah." And he says, "All right, give me the videotape." And I said, "Why?" And I didn't even say why. And he said, he just demanded it, and he was pretty pissed off. So I just went back, got an empty tape, a blank one, handed it to him. I go, "Here you go." And he took off. I didn't want to be deceptive, but I just didn't like his attitude. And I still have this tape to this day. I've never seen it. I've never transferred it. And one day I'll transfer it. But the unfortunate thing that happened is maybe 2 weeks after that show, and this was, I think, November in 1985, there was a car accident, and the lead singer, guitar player had passed away. So that's my Third and Brown story. I'll put some pictures up of Third and Brown. Now it's like an empty field. There that whole area is being made into a really nice area. It was kind of very shady when we were rehearsing there. So that's my Third and Brown story. There you go. If you're from Philly, you probably know the area.